The most memorable is like probably like earlier this week when the fire evacuation happened. And we, like,
Bright orange flames light up the night skies in Orange County tonight.
Apparently, we can't go back to our house for a while. Here's another episode of our crazy lives. Describe the smell of the air.
Like a Chinese bathroom.
Hi guys!
Hello.
Welcome to the AED house.
I'm Thingwin. I'm a fourth year chem major, and right now my career path is pharmaceutical research.
Hi, I'm Jason. I'm a fourth year bioscience major. My career path is PA, specializing in critical care.
Hi, I'm Vincent. I'm a third year bio major with a public health minor, and I want to be a geriatrician.
Oh, cool. So, we live together.
For 2 years now.
Yeah, 2 years. So it was Fee, me, Ariella, and our friend Justin from the other video. And he went home because of Corona, and now we all live together. We're all in AD, and we use and abuse this house and the previous house all the time. So we just wanted to talk about, how the process of getting a house, everything you need to know about living with your friends, all the problems, issues we run into, because house life and dorm life are very different. And at UCI, you can only live on the on-campus dorms for 1 year until they make you go get an apartment or whatever. So if Jason and Vincent, who recently moved in from Plaza, can tell us about the differences from living in an apartment versus a house, that'd be great.
Is it worth it to change from apartment to a house?
So, heck no.
Well, like in Plaza, it's different because it's new. So all the appliances and stuff like that are all new. So it's hard to gauge the quality of living between houses and an apartment. Because I lived in Norte too, and it was pretty run down in my opinion. But in terms of cost, I think that apartment on campus is cheaper because you don't have to pay for electricity. You don't have to pay for water and gas, but you pay for electricity.
But you pay so much for other stuff.
Mhm.
It's
You pay
all
for parking.
included.
Yeah, well, I didn't have to pay for parking because COVID.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true.
How about
Yeah,
you,
so-
Vincent?
I thought apartments were more expensive.
They are.
I think on campus is because they give you
On campus.
amenities and they
Well, my
hide it.
second year I lived in an apartment and paid 1,000 for a single room.
Wow.
So it's
So you live with
1,000
one other person.
excluding utilities. So apartment can be quite expensive if you want a good living situation.
I live in a triple.
I lived in a 5-person house and I lived in a triple room, so it was cheap, but it was just not worth saving $200. But anyways, so how was your experience, Vincent?
For me, it was kind of like a give and take between houses and apartments. In an apartment, at least, everything's kind of given to you. You don't really have to purchase couches or tables, chairs, and all of that. And it was closer to school, so I guess walking distance, but I always took the bus.
They're so bad.
Yeah, the buses are pretty bad to use because it gets really crowded, and I had to pay for parking, and I couldn't park my car in the actual school, which is dumb. But then in a house, I think it's more convenient just to live in a house setting because you have your kitchen. Well, you have a kitchen in an apartment too. It just
A bigger
feels
kitchen here.
it just feels more comfortable, and you have more room to do whatever you want, in the house, decorate, and you get to live with more people.
Run
if you
around
like
and
that.
scream.
Run around and scream, that's
Yeah.
your favorite.
It's definitely more work to do, but more fun to do the work. So
Yeah, so we all lived in dorms, right? First year. I lived in Mesa Court. It was really nice and everything, but I guess it's good for the freshman experience because you just live next to all these strangers and whatnot. But they do make you pay for a meal plan and everything. I think even if you don't want it, you still have to pay for it. I don't remember.
yeah, it's mandatory.
Yeah. I don't think. Well, you had a car. Did you have to pay for parking?
Oh hell yeah! I had to pay for parking.
Oh yeah.
You have to pay for parking
Parking
anywhere
is
you
like
go.
$300 a quarter.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
So I think rent there was about 2,000, a little bit more than 2,000. And right now we pay around 700 to 800 per room.
And everyone except Jason and Vincent have a single and their own bathroom, so it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Vincent and Jason has a walk-in closet.
The bathroom's hella nice too.
They have a really nice bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have like the Ariana Grande bathtub. But yeah, it's I'd say the cost. I'm not sure actually. I think the cost is about the same, to be honest.
We think of like utilities.
Yeah, utilities and gas and all of what he just said. But yeah, so house. Wait, okay. House or apartment. Thumbs up for house. Thumbs down for apartment. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Thank God. Okay, so now we're gonna just walk you through the process. Like, when do you need to get looking for a house? Who should you live with? The process, everything to look for, because they don't really tell you that. Even if you get an agent, they won't tell you the problems. Like I say, half the time they kind of just want to get you a house and your students, and they think they can take advantage of you, which they did take advantage of us
Once.
once, but we
Yeah.
didn't let that happen for this one. So Fee kind of did most of that work. So
I deal with the agent the most. It's just nice if you guys thinking about getting a house. Definitely, you have to look for an agent because it's free, but they also out there sometimes try to get you, but it's free. So be smart, find an agent that you like, and everything's gonna be smooth. Don't try to do it yourself. You're not saving money by not getting an agent, you know. So just get agent and everything will go smoothly as planned. So
yeah, so
super good.
you want to make sure that you ask questions. Don't be shy about it. Don't think like you're bothering this person too much, because you are paying them to help you. So one problem we ran into is parking. So at our old house, we didn't know that the HOA only allowed you to basically use your garage. So we had to park our cars like away from home. We got towed a lot of times. Shout out to Mission Viejo Towing. With their
I tow.
I
I tow you pay.
Yeah, they're
That's
great.
literally what they're called.
Yeah.
And they always came during finals week, so it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so make sure you ask about parking. For some reason, everybody hates students, so you have to make it very clear that you're responsible, even if you're not. Oh, I shouldn't say that. Even if you're not. What else?
You have to, when you rent a house, you have to appear as like responsible. It is a lot more work to take on yourself, like paying bills. Like Vincent knows, it's hard, right? Like a lot of things you don't know, and like paying rent and stuff like that. So the landlord has to know that you're like able to do that. So when you turn in your applications and stuff, it's helpful to attach a picture to let them know that you're like professional and reliable.
Yeah. So just like if you were applying for a job, it'd be the same thing. You want to be your best self, especially if you're living in a house that's someone else's, you know. So I'd say, when would you say is the best time to start looking?
I would say 2 or 3 months before you need to move in, because if you get an agent, that agent will be working with you the whole time. And I know it's like they working for the landlord, not so much for you, because the landlord's gonna pay them. But I always feel bad for them, because if I get them before, like 4 months before, they'll work for me for 4 months and get the same amount of pay. So you don't need you don't need that excessive help from an agent. And since the market always fluctuate a lot, the best time, like the sweet point, is around 2 months before you need to move in, and you almost guarantee to find a house, like always. Because I've been doing like house hunting and apartment hunting for like 3 years now, and that's definitely a sweet spot.
Yeah, and a lot of the times when you do find a house, they want you to move in as soon as possible. If you're looking for 2 months, they'll be like, can you move in the next 2 weeks? Because if not, I have someone else, you know. They just do that. So don't look too early. Don't be looking like 6 months in advance. You're not going to find anything that you can move into in 6 months. Okay, 1 second. Oh, do you have more to say?
Oh, and I think that's an advantage apart from apartments because you have to sign the lease for apartment like 6 months to a year before you're gonna move in, and plans change, people change, you know, money change. So a house is definitely more flexible like that.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. Sophie, me, and Ariella and Justin wanted to get a house just because it's just convenient for, you know, if we want to have meetings for the org, which is lame, but we also wanted our own space, and you know, we took all those factors that we talked about earlier into account. But Jason and Vincent came in the second time around, so would you guys like to just tell us why you decided to live with us and all that good stuff?
Yeah, why y'all want to live with us?
I don't.
So my first 2 years I lived with the same people. So the 3 others I met first year, like we dormed, and then we decided to get an apartment, and it was good like the first year. The second year, once we got into the apartment, it was like I don't know, you know, things just get like weird. Like we were close at first, but then we didn't get, I won't say everything, but we like, I don't know, once we moved, like
It was not the same.
yeah, basically it was not the same. We all had different schedules. I don't know, it was just not tense in the house, but it just like felt weird all the time. I didn't really like to be in that like environment. So I don't know, I didn't re-sign the lease with them.
He abandoned them.
Yeah. So for like a majority of my second year, I was always wondering like, oh, you know, where am I gonna live? Because for
Oh my God.
on-campus
Struggle.
apartments, you have to sign it like in November,
Yeah.
like super early, which is
I didn't know it
stupid.
was that early.
Yeah.
It feels like literally when you move in.
Yeah. So, yeah, shit. So after that, you know, I was just like wondering. I never really pursued anything after that. I was just like waiting around, and then
I
Kathy
think
and
we
Ariel,
pursued him.
yeah, they asked me for a while, and then yeah, that's where we are now. Don't want to give shit to my old roommates, but they're cool people. When we were friends. I still talk to one of them, so it's fine.
When we were
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not only the environment of your house, you know, took I was gonna say trumped, but I don't think that's the so the environment of your house was more important than the convenience of living at.
Yeah, because I knew I was gonna have my car anyway, so I didn't mind driving. You know, however many miles I need to drive to get to school. Yeah, I just want to live with, you know, fun people, and then people that I can connect with. People I already knew, or I knew them, but people that I knew I would really like living with.
Yeah,
That's
Aw. Yeah, what about you?
My story is kind of similar to Vincent.
Oh,
Did not like their second year.
Because I moved into the dorms with my like high school friends. And we were really close friends. We were part of the same friend group in
Oh,
high
I didn't
school.
know that.
know that
Why would I know that?
And then like similar things changed in second year. We had different like career paths. They were all like computer science people, so we just stay in the rooms. So I felt really like lonely, I would say. Yeah.
No. Sad.
So like that's why I like living here. We have the same career paths and stuff like that. And we can study together and have fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's really important too, because it might not seem like a big deal if you're different majors than someone, but your life is completely different. Like if you lived with a business major, they're probably going out doing their internships all the time. And if you're a bio major, you're probably sitting at home all the time, and it can that dissonance can just kind of mess up you mentally. It's like you're lonely. It's lonely.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's just so convenient in the dorms.
I can walk anywhere.
Yeah.
I did not like living in the dorms.
It was loud.
I lived where the peasants lived, all the way on the bottom, near the parking lot. It's like 15 minutes from the eatery.
I like the dorms.
I like the dorms. Like, I didn't like the place, but the environment was really nice for me. I made a lot of friends. Oh, one of them is our housemate right now.
Oh yeah, we have another one.
Yeah, she's upstairs.
Quick picture.
Yeah, so made a lot of friends from that.
Yeah,
But
Photoshop head.
a house is definitely more like stable environment when you know you're gonna have fun and more comfortable, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the dorms is perfect for freshmen because you are forced to meet people and see people. But when you get older, it gets a little bit different. Like even second year, it's just you kind of met your friends for the most part, most people, and you kind of just want to live somewhere comfortable with cool people. So yeah. So what do you think is the biggest lesson that you've learned living by yourself in a house where you have to take care of all your bills and take care of yourself versus living at home with your parents or, you know, in a dorm or apartment where a lot of the things are actually taken care of for you?
So for me, aside from learning, you know, how to set up bills, pay them, setting up all of like the electronics or like kind of like the mechanical stuff and building like stuff for your house, it's kind of getting into like the groove and lifestyle of living, you know, finally living by yourself and living, you know, in a house, not with your parents. So in the dorms, you know, and at home, like you have the ant eatery, you can just go down and get food whenever. For me, it's kind of setting like I don't know, I watch a lot of lifestyle vlogs and they always have like, oh, a day in my life. And like, oh my gosh, I really want to do that, you know? Like wake up, make my coffee and get the day started. But, you know, it's not like what they kind of glorify. You kind of have to like be responsible, pull yourself out of bed, you know, try not to like eat out all the time, which is a hard thing. But, just another step of becoming an adult, and it's something that everyone really needs to experience before, you know, really going out there. And yeah, I think that was an important lesson that I've learned, or I'm still learning.
Yeah, like one big thing is that I learned is to, like, you have to like be responsible. Cause I took my parents for granted. They would always cook, do all my chores, do my laundry for me. But then right here, I have to do all by myself and stuff like that. And then I think living in house in college is like, I would recommend it because you like learn how to like deal with bills, like in a separate room apartment, and what it's like to live by yourself.
For me, I think mostly it's fun. You get to decide what you put in your house. I don't know what internet company you want to use.
Cox.
Cox, AT&T. All of that is like fun to me, and I enjoy being independent. Yeah, and I've been on my own since high school, so it's not new to me. But once in a while we run into some like challenges, and most of it are more fun than difficult. So I'm grateful to be living in a house.
I was gonna say, like, learning how to budget, but I don't know how to do that still. Just more, you recognize when you're low on funds, which is, that's the extent of my money management. But I think the biggest thing for me was realizing that you're independent when things go wrong in your house, because back at our old house, we had a lot of problems. The stove would like click randomly, and you would have to, and the sink would always get clogged, and
you learn to fix stuff.
That's it was really cool that you realize how simple it is to fix certain things. Like you realize sometimes sometimes it's a mess. But it's not always a disaster. I think that brings lessons from just living at home into other parts of your life. Because before, you know, if you lived in the dorms, you could just call and someone would come immediately and fix your stuff. But here, it's like, okay, so I'll just watch a YouTube video.
We have to set up our fridge, washer and dryer. And like, do you know there are two type of washer, gas. Oh wait, two type of dryers, gas and electricity. And we didn't know that. We bought the wrong one, and it was like a whole big thing. It was a lot. Carrying it upstairs with Vincent and Jason was like a lot of work to do.
U-Haul and stuff.
U-Haul.
Oh, that's fun. Did you have anything you wanted to say that you learned before? I have a fun. It's not that fun.
I feel like I learned a lot from my housemates, which is pretty cool. Like, I don't know about you guys, but in my family, we don't use a dishwasher, and Jason and Albert actually taught me how to use it for the first time. It's actually really simple, and I've been using it like so much recently.
Oh, and don't put shot glass down the sink.
Oh yeah, shot glass. So my shot glasses have died.
Okay, I think something cool or fun to talk about would be moving. Awful.
It's horrible. It's like finals week, but times 3. Like you have to wake up at 8 in the morning, get a U-Haul, drive back and forth to like midnight. And passing the truck around, make sure everyone get to move, and it's a lot of work moving in and moving out.
I actually saw this article where people rated moving out of your moving to be more stressful than divorce and marriage and a lot of like life events, which makes sense because we fought so much and we're all good friends. Like no,
Yeah.
but moving from like an apartment to a house is no biggie.
It's easy.
You have like 3
got
days.
anything.
Yeah, but house to house, that is an experience. Do you know how to drive a U-Haul? I never.
I drove the U-Haul. It's not that bad, but don't go too slow. If you go too slow, it's swerve.
Yeah. And make sure you get a dolly.
A dolly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the hardest thing moving wasn't like our individual rooms, because that stuff was easy, but it was like the glassware in the kitchen, making sure that you wrap everything so it doesn't break. Oh my goodness.
Furniture, we just left couches at the old house. Just left them. We did not know what to do with them.
My old couches from my apartment could not get rid of them, so I wonder if they're still there. Maybe the new renters are using it.
Do you guys
It
know
doesn't
Take
ask.
the old ones? I thought
Oh, someone picked it up. Someone picked it up for $0. Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. I got the hookup from DSP for free, so
for what?
For the couch.
the couch.
Oh, the old couches?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a mess. Try not to do that if you don't have to. Okay, so this is like a fun topic. I don't think, to us, I don't think it's very out in our face, but I think a lot of people would want to know what it's like to live with males and females, like a mixed gender house. Like, is it, I don't know, I think that's something people are like, oh, I'm not sure about.
Some people, it's taboo for some people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the dorms are very
Traditions.
much separate by gender, kind of, yeah. And usually, I'd say most apartments are, if you go to your friend's apartment at UTC, it's usually all girls or all boys, so.
Yeah, I know some parents are definitely like iffy about that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Just 2
mean,
minutes to think.
I think when you live with male and female, the biggest thing is bathrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need our own.
That's why our criteria was to have like more than 3 bathroom at least for 6 people. And then luckily we found this place where 5 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms. So that's nice. So we don't have that problem where like male and female using the same bathroom. But besides that, I don't think it's a big problem at all for us.
I don't know, because during the middle of quarantine, back at the old house, it was me, Ariella, Fee, and Vincent. We just lived in that room and shared everything. Like, I moved all my stuff into that room. I think
We
the bathroom
slowly
seems like
moved
a
our
big
room
deal.
into Fee's room.
I just got so comfortable.
Vincent
You used to have a
slowly
really
moved
big
his
room,
apartment
so
stuff
it
into his
fits
car
everyone.
in Fee's room.
I just had a pile of clothes there, just like in the corner, not a closet or anything.
Yeah. I would just start taking showers in Fee's bathroom instead of mine, because
He had the master. It was beautiful.
and he had Alexa, so it was like so nice playing music in his bathroom.
Oh yeah, sometimes I come back from class and Ariel is just using my bathroom. It's like,
What about you guys?
For me, I grew up with an older sister, so and we share the same bathroom, so I didn't really think anything of living with the opposite gender, and I think we all know our boundaries pretty well. Some of us know our boundaries well, so I don't know. I think we're comfortable with each other, and then with the parents thing, I don't know. For me, my parents did not care. They were just like, oh, just find a place, and yeah, and then you just get used to each other's habits, and when to not avoid someone, but when to leave someone alone, or yeah, all of that stuff.
I think the one thing that's I think all female apartments don't like about guys is that just a stereotype that they're more messy, they're more dirty, and they don't clean up after themselves.
Can you see me say that? I made a face when you said that.
Okay, I think for a girl, there's like they have the stereotype that guys are like more messier and they don't clean up after themselves. But like for my case, that I live in a family with all girls. Like all my cousins were all female, so like I know like some stains of etiquette. Like I know to like put down the seat after the bathroom. I think a lot of people don't do that.
They don't. Wait,
Yeah.
but it's not like for me. My restroom's on the first floor, and it's not them that they do whatever. But it's the guests that come. They don't put the seats down.
I still always sit down when it's up. Oh my god! Falls in.
Stuck in. Washed out.
Cause yeah, like the girl, it's usually a girl that lives on the first floor. So like, I don't think of like a guy guest using the bathroom. So I just like sit down and I'm like, oh fuck. I just
Yeah, I think the biggest concern when boys and girls are living together is like hygiene. So I guess find people that have the same hygiene standard as you.
Find dirty people.
Yeah, like the same standard as you, and I don't think you will have a problem. Besides that, I don't think there's any problem with like creepy people.
I mean, if you're friends with creepy people,
Yeah, if you're
you
friends with
still live
creepy
with them.
people, then that's fine. But yeah, I don't think there's any problem with like, you know, what people think that boys and girls live together and they get
Yeah.
together. That's not true. Yeah.
At the end of the day, like girls can be just as messy as boys though.
And that
Oh
too.
yeah.
So
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
not really by gender. It's just who they are.
That's true.
Yeah. And it reminds me a lot of living in the dorm freshman year with like all girls and guys. It's fun. It's more fun like that. Yeah.
I could not live with all girls.
You cannot live with all guys.
not?
They're too messy.
Um,
Yeah.
Imagine living with all me's.
Okay, so I think we covered everything about getting a house, you know, pros and cons, all the good stuff. So we just want to finish this video off with something a little fun. So what would you say is your favorite memory from living together? None.
Should I start?
Yeah.
Okay, so my favorite memory, one of my favorite was that one time I got told at 2 a.m. and everyone like sprinted out the door and chased the truck down the street, and we lost it obviously, but it was still pretty fun, and that's like one of my favorite. Yeah.
Wait, does it have to be at the house? Wait, that was my
Like just
question.
like living together.
I think actually, honestly, one of my favorite memories, because I don't like doing anything, was this all of winter quarter last year. All me and Fee did was go to school, then go to Target to buy the whole frozen food aisle, and then watch a bunch of Netflix documentaries. And we did
About
that for
serial killers.
Don't F with cats.
Yeah.
Surviving R. Kelly, you know, bless those girls. Yeah, that was the best because I hate going out and I love watching YouTube and Netflix.
Yeah, it was fun. And then quarantine stuff. You guys can talk about that.
So unenthusiastic.
Feeling quarantine.
Oh, you go first.
I think that every day is pretty fun. Like all we do is study, and then maybe sometimes at night we just play Smash till like 3 a.m. every day.
There's always someone saying one more time, come back to
Yeah,
it.
you don't win, you gotta win.
Yeah.
But like the most memorable is like probably like earlier this week when the fire evacuation happened. And we were like hotel hopping in like 3 different hotels.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, wait, let's talk about the first thing we brought again.
Oh, the first thing. Okay, so we thought our house was gonna burn down, so it really showed you who you were to like whatever you grabbed first. So besides obviously laptop, phone, and all that, what was the first thing you grabbed?
I grabbed my jewelry and my social security card.
I grabbed my Switch.
I got my like important documents, IDs and stuff.
Oh.
No, you did
But
not.
I
did not.
I just forgot like most of my clothes. So.
For me, I got 3 pairs of shoes and 1 outfit. That was a dress that I never wore before.
Knee-high boots. I don't have anything important here, so I just brought. The first thing I grabbed was actually underwear, which I didn't bring enough of, and then a film camera because I thought it would be fun to document. So we'll see how that goes.
Comes back to nothing. But
They all thought it was fun. I was the only one that's scared that house gonna burn down and you're never gonna see the house again.
we checked though. We kept
Yeah.
checking.
I know. I'm the paranoid one, so I grabbed all my jewelries and expensive clothes.
Oh yeah, you
but-
had like the rack.
hang-
I know I have a
Yeah.
rack over my shoulder.
All 4 of us were just in the kitchen talking about what.
Hotel to
Hotel.
get.
Like when we were leaving, and Fee's like running up and down the stairs with like his duffel, his cat, the bowl, and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Fun times.
Mhm.
What was your favorite memory?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I don't know, kind of what like Jason said. I think every day is fun. Sounds cliche, but I think you have living in a house. You have like people to go to, whether it be like school stuff, like just advice, like you know when you just want to talk to someone. And then for my introverts out there, it's fine that you're always surrounded by people. Like you still have like your own space to go back to and just like sit and waste away in life.
Right, every day.
So don't worry, like if that's what you're worried about.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think
Yeah.
great memories around this house and these people.
Yeah.
Aww.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's like the little things that you do.
Yeah.
I miss the
And
most.
if you need spaces to hide, I think a
There's
house
so many in this place.
is a better
Yeah.
option than living at home or apartment.
Oh,
There's so many
yeah.
places to hide.
If you need to hide, make sure you get your own room.
Yeah.
Because that was like
Or a
my
walk-in
one
closet.
criteria. A walk-in closet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an option too. Or your
Yeah.
car. I mean, that's not comfortable.
No.
Mhm.
Tried it.
Mhm.
Oh, you haven't gone?
No.
I thought you said the fire was your favorite.
No, you should have said, Jason, I know your favorite memory.
That was like an hour
I
ago.
mentioned that.
Okay, to be honest, my favorite part about like having a house is like I love being a host, and we always like host AED like events.
Not during quarantine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously.
No, because we're paranoid
Yeah.
about getting COVID.
Mhm.
So my favorite one was like our Christmas potluck, because we all dressed up and it was
Mhm.
really cute. I remember.
We got in trouble for putting the 80s
Oh my
sign
gosh.
in the front
With
yard.
Yeah.
We wrapped like Christmas
It was
light
too
around
baggy.
it, like twinkle lights, and it was like so cute.
They
and
took a picture.
the HOA actually took a picture of our house and reported us. But
Not only did they print out the picture and put it in our mailbox,
I know.
they emailed me.
They emailed the landlord,
So extra.
everyone living in the house, and our parents.
Jeez.
Like it's so excessive, and all we did was putting lights in the front yard. It was so stupid, but it was like one of the best party or
fun.
gathering.
Get-togethers. Yeah.
We were judging the food. I remember sitting with Vincent and Jason, and we were just eating the food like.
Oh my god! Remember when we speak Viet and Naomi understand? It was so
What?
funny.
Yeah.
She was like, yeah.
She knows the Asian culture. It's so funny.
Oh my gosh, that was a good
It's
time.
a dish.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know, just living together, you don't know how many memories you're gonna make. You know how a bad situation can turn into something fun, and how much you just really get to know a person from just sitting there with them. You know, just studying.
We're just
like,
barging into their room.
she does that. Make sure you knock. You need to knock, but you really need to knock. But
It's a family.
Yeah.
There's no privacy in big families. Well, I come from a big family. That's how it works.
so clearly she's like the minority in this when we all we just kidding. No, we're definitely a big family. I think we do a lot of stuff that you probably wouldn't. Oh, that sounds
You
so
would do with your
weird.
family.
Yeah, we get a lot, not closer, but we get to see another dimension of a person just from living together that you don't get to see from, you know, your best college friend if you don't live together. Because home life and outside is completely different. Yeah, so thank you guys for coming out. It was really fun to just talk about everything we've gone through these past 2 years. I'm gonna miss living with you guys because
Aw.
us four. Oh my God, we're us
Oh,
four are graduating.
yeah, graduating.
Good luck finding housing next
Oh,
year.
Yeah, we watched this video. Yeah, so yeah, thank you for watching. Follow us on social media at UCIAD. Give me questions. Yeah.
Comment below.
Comment below.
Comment below.
Make sure to leave a like.
Thumbs up.
Make sure you leave a like Albert. Albert, do you think he's watching this?
Yeah, I think
Probably.
so.
Okay, cool. All right, bye guys.
Bye-bye.
Okay.